In one of our previous videos we were looking at how to import a picture, and we'd set up a simple looking activity which was of course on the importance of goal setting, and we'd identified 6 areas which I was going to get my students to work on. And I'm really pleased to say that we've gone from a relatively bare canvas here to something which looks a lot more impressive and shows a great deal of progress, certainly, and that's this. This was actually a very, very recent lesson, and you can see there's a huge amount of content that has been produced by the students. So I'll just quickly walk you through, in terms of pedagogy here, what we actually did. So we had our key terms or our key points already on the canvas, on the wall, and what I asked the students to do was first to focus on the subject knowledge. So have a look particularly at each of these areas in turn. They were working in small groups, and to discuss in small groups with their peers what they thought each meant. And then I asked them to add some comments, some thoughts and contributions onto the Padlet. So for example, with persistence on task, you can see here, carrying on trying even if you don't succeed. Now there's a little bit more content there, but if I take you to a photograph that I took during the course of the lesson, in fact it was quite close to the beginning, you can see here, that's not the photo I want to show you actually, that's the photo I want to show you, which is the persistent on task and carrying on trying even if you don't succeed was the first thing that they'd put down. And there were various other things where the first thing they put down were relatively short and sparse in terms of content and development. So then we paused the activity, and bearing in mind that I was projecting this on the whiteboard so they could see it as a whole class activity in front of the class, but also they had their iPads in front of them, we looked at how we might develop each response or each area, and how we might bring in more detail and more content, and further to that, some practical examples as well. So we went from just carrying on trying even if you don't exceed to discussing an example and then adding examples as well. And I tasked each of the groups to go back and have a look at how they could further expand with explanations and develop points, as well as showing that they understood and they knew by giving really good practical examples. And I think if you take a moment to have a look at this, you can see we've got quite a few examples here which have further developed. Now the beauty of this, in terms of what I was saying in the podcast at the beginning, is the fact that we are working together whereby all of the content, all of the learning, all the material is shared by everyone. It's visible to everyone at the time. We can discuss it in groups, we can discuss it together, we can look to improve on it, we can look to make amendments as required. And that's the real beauty of Padlet, I think, the fact that we can do this collaborative learning, this work together, which is visible to all on the whiteboard and in their iPads, and it's happening in real time. It's really, really rich in that sense. Now, the other thing I quickly wanted to show you was the fact that you can see here that we've got all of these links going on with these particular points. Let me quickly show you how we can do that, because I'm not quite sure if we went through that properly in previous videos. So what we do is we press our 3 spots. So we've got our 3 spots selected, and then I'm going to go to connect to post here. You click the connect to post, and anywhere you can move make a connection from monitor performance to anywhere where it says connect. So in this case I want to connect these 3 here, so I'll do this 3 times. So monitor performance to connect here, and you can see that there's a connecting line there. If I do that again, connect to post to here, and the last time connect to post down here, you can see now that we've got these concepts connected with monitor performance. So now the students can see they've created this rich content, where it all fits in together, where the development points are, where the key concepts are, where the practical examples are, and within 30 or 40 minutes, with discussion going on, the process of learning has taken place. It's been really, really, really rich, and now we have a finished product which everybody has access to, and that for me is the key. This is something that we wouldn't have been able to do before. Everybody has access to, and I can push that out. I can distribute that either as a PDF through Shobi, or in this case, the next image here, I took a photograph of it, that then I can push out as well. So students can access it in various different forms. And for me, this is what makes Padlet so powerful.